Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a video that is a common thing that a lot of people are getting done, which is a foil highlight and a balayage combo. It's also known as a sombre or baby lights and balayage together. And I wanted to do a realistic model, which is Nushik here.
Hi guys.
She has dark brown hair. Her hair is virgin at the top for probably about like 4 inches or so, and then the ends have a demi-permanent brown toner on it. So this is a very common client that is going to walk into the salon and want to be as blonde as probably my hair, and it is going to take more than one session. So that's something you want to be very honest about with your clients, and you want to ensure that their hair is going to be healthy throughout this process. That is the key to going blonde. It's more important to have hair on your client's head than having their hair be on the floor and blonde. I'd rather sacrifice being not as blonde but having my hair still on my head, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So we're gonna see how light we can take her today, and I'm gonna walk you through what I do and my process to this and getting people blonde. So I have two different mixtures here. This is lightener with 10 volume. This is what's going to be in the foil. And this is lightener with 40 volume. This is going to be the balayage. You have to have two different developer mixtures. And the reason the foil mixture is a lower developer is because it's going to sit in the hair longer. And because the hair is going to be saturated in the foil, it's going to lift quicker. This is the balayage formula that has the 40 volume. Because it's surface painting and it's going to be laying on the outside of the foil, it needs to be a stronger developer so that they can both lift in the same time. That's the key to doing foils and balayage at the same time. So I have my foils here and I have my saran wrap for the balayage, and we'll get to it. This is really easy sectioning. I just go based off of the way they part their hair, and I section from that point on the top of the head to behind the ear, and then straight down the center of the back. So I'm going to start this process by sectioning a diagonal section in the back. I'm going to take a thin weave out, clip it up, and what's left underneath is what I'm going to balayage and paint. So you're getting a baby lights and you're getting balayage back to back at the same time. Now as I'm painting, I'm starting towards the middle and saturating the ends and slowly feathering up. This is going to allow you to have a more soft blended root look than it looking like really harsh and thick with a line that doesn't blur. Since I'm painting a whole wider section, I decided to paint like a W at the top. This is going to give you a more blended look. And as I flip it up, you can see underneath how the blend is going to look from under. Sometimes you don't look underneath your balayage painted strands, and you can have a line underneath there, and it's going to stand out if you don't blend that in. So be sure to make sure when you look underneath the hair, it's going to be soft and blended as well. Now you're going to repeat this all the way up to the top of the head. You're going to get thin sections back to back. Take out your fine weave, clip it up, and then the strand that's below the fine weave you're going to paint. And what this blend is going to look like is you're pretty much not leaving out any hair in between. So what that's going to mean is that all the ends of her hair is going to be bleached. It's going to give that sombre look where the ends are all blonde, and the baby lights that are at the top in the root area is what's going to be that thin highlight weave. This is a really good technique to do if your client wants to be as light as possible in a short amount of time, and if their hair is able to tolerate this type of service. Some people's hair cannot take all this at once. So be sure to do a thorough consultation and understand the history of what was done previously to the hair before you decide to go this route. But this was a good route to go considering that her hair was in good condition and she wanted to get as light as possible as soon as possible. As you can see, I lifted up the foil. Underneath was the balayage piece that was painted, and that was wrapped with saran wrap. So every section is going to have a saran wrap, foil back to back. Now I'm working on the front section. This is the left side of the head.
So it's pretty much the same sectioning that was followed by the back. You're going to be at a diagonal with the hairline. So by her ear, I know it's not seen in this part of the video, but by her ear, it would be taken at a diagonal section. And as you're working up, you're going to pivot your section so that eventually it gets to a horizontal line like how is shown here. Now what I just explained on the other side of her head, I'm actually going to show you from this side. So as you can see, there's a diagonal section. It's by her ear and it's following her hairline. You're going to take the same thin highlight out, clip it away, and going to paint that lower strand as a balayage piece. So this whole process of this technique is very repetitive. You're going to take your thin weave out, and the piece that's hanging underneath the weave that you took out is the piece that you're going to balayage and paint. Now the front sectioning is a little bit different. As you can see, I'm taking a slice that's right in the front of her face. This is what is going to give her that really pretty face frame. Now the front sections, I usually do foils back to back. So I take about 1 or 2 thin slices, maybe 3, depending on their preference of how thick they would like the face frame to be. But as you can see, I'm foiling right up against her hairline, and it's all falling down in her face. So this is what is going to allow you to see that really pretty blonde face frame that like ribbons right in the front of your face, and it looks beautiful and stunning. You can do this with regular highlights. Your section is going to be pretty much the same as this is. I'm going based off of her hairline, of how she wears her hair parted, and in this case it's kind of to the side. So I'm taking all those sections followed by the way that she wears her hair. And as you can see, the 2 front pieces that are falling right in front of her face are done with foil. And then now I'm working alongside that, and I painted the balayage piece, and I'm following up with the same pattern of a baby light and a balayage. You're gonna work up the same way all the way to the top till you're complete. And this is what her hair looks like after I was done rinsing it out. I'm going to go ahead and do a shadow root toning now, and this is another video that you can go ahead and click to see how this was done. So as you can see, it looks very soft, very natural. The shadow root makes such a big difference in transitioning a dark, natural hair base to very light ash blonde. It makes it look very seamless to have a darker toner at the root of the blonde and have it brighten up on the ends. And I'm moving her hair around so you guys can see the dimension and how beautiful both colors flow together and just how ashy she came out. I mean, really, for the first time, it's pretty amazing.